Say no more. Yo, that is maybe the best. That's like one of the best taglines ever.
Everybody say no more podcast.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Yo. It's your boy Wayne. My life, not yours, man. We back with another episode of Say No More podcast, man. You actually about to be the second episode for season 4. So
nice.
Yo. So I'm gonna start season 4 in about a week and a half. So you're gonna be the second one. So shout out to season 4, man. And like even before, you know what I mean? So I'm sitting with a guest today, man. You know, she if you watch the female cipher, shout out to Trap Right, you know what I mean? Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
So you know what I mean?
Trap Right.
Yo, shout out to Trap Right. Go give a Don DeMarco for that. Yeah, go give a Don DeMarco for real. But nah, man, she was really just a part of the cipher, man. To me, had one of the best parts all there. They all did good. First off, shout out to all the ladies. You know what I mean? So everybody did good. But I'm sitting here with Jami, man.
What's up, y'all? Jami, aka Concrete.
My bad. Jami, aka Concrete Rose.
Yeah.
So let's kind of just get into it because you got like a different type of, like, to me, like a different type of style when it comes to even music. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, I tell people all the time, it's not just about music. You got to have kind of something else going on.
Yeah. Like,
you be on TikTok having me fucking rolling. Like, you be going crazy on the reels you make. I be like, yo.
I got issues.
No, for real. That shit is hilarious, though. And then, like, you just so outspoken and shit. So I always just wanted to have a conversation with you on some, like, real shit. Because I be like, yo, that's a strong woman right there. You know what I'm saying? Because like this is my first time meeting you in person. It's just more like, damn, just because, you know, you wear your heart on the sleeve, kind of like I do. So I don't give a fuck. And I feel like, yo, that's the best way to go about it. You know what I'm saying?
How could I?
All right. So let's kind of just get into it. So like,
I'm with it.
how, like where are you from? Like, where'd you grow up at?
Originally, I'm from Minneapolis, North Minneapolis, born and raised.
Okay.
But I've lived all over. I lived in Miami for about 8 years.
Oh, damn, for real?
Mm-hmm.
At a younger age, or you was like older?
No, I was in my 20s.
Oh, okay.
I went there in like 2010, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went there like 2010. Yep, it was 2010. And I stayed there. I loved it. I only came back for family.
For family, yeah. Probably get homesick shit, being out like that.
Nah.
She said family. That was it,
They just
motherfucker.
needed me. They needed me. I felt like they needed me. And I kind of needed them. So I came home. I was getting kind of wrapped up in the Miami life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You was out here with bricks and all some
wildin'.
Johnny Tapia shit.
I was wilding. I was wilding. So I came home, kind of rearranged my life, and been stuck here ever since.
Was you already doing music when you was down there? Or are you kind of like, you wasn't
I'm new to music. I've only been rapping for about 3 years. I've dabbled in it a little bit. I was a little pop singer for a while back in the day. Shout out Afro Preacher. If y'all know her or him, he put me on. But I was a background dancer for a really long time, like hip hop. I was a trained dancer, so I background danced for a lot of people. So I've always been around music. My dad is originally from Minneapolis. Him and Prince grew up like this. They was like brothers. So my dad was a singer.
Oh, dead ass?
Yeah. Then my dad got into the church. He became a pastor, so he kind of stepped away from music. But so I've always been around it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Your dad used to sing with Prince.
Yeah, like we got a picture right now of Prince singing backup for my dad.
Hey, send me a screenshot of that shit so I can put it up, dead ass, because that's dope right there.
And he's back into singing now. He's not a pastor anymore, but he be on this little app singing his little karaoke heart out.
Hey, man, shout out to the old folks. They be having fun, man. I gotta get an old folks to Dr. Barco, man, because I see my mom told me the other day, I'm like calling her, like we on the phone just chilling, FaceTime. Okay, I'm sorry later, I'm about to go play this Madden. I said, what?
No.
I swear to God, on both my grandma's graves. I'm not lying. She said I'm about to go play this Madden. I was, what? I'm looking on the phone like,
yeah. My mom don't do social media. We just had to upgrade her to a smartphone a couple years ago. She still hates that. But my dad, he's well versed on social media. He be on there on TikTok singing to women, talking about love. My dad is crazy. You could true story. Ask Ashley.
He really like that.
Yeah.
Hey man, so that's probably, so like you said, he's probably the one that why you kind of doing that same thing.
He's why it's in me. because of him.
I could tell because you like a whole different person when you making those little funny videos. I mean, like, what's wrong with her?
My whole family is nuts though. You had to be in my family though growing up. Like
It was a rap. You was gonna be the weakest link if you wasn't funny.
You gonna get ribbed and you gonna cry or you gonna get with it.
Nah, that's the easiest ways to go, honestly. So like growing up, like who was like one of your first like influences as far as like music ever?
I got a lot as far as hip hop goes and rap.
Nah, and the music in general.
Oh,
music's a big word.
When I was young, you know, we used to listen to a lot of gospel, so it was BB and CC Winans that my dad, and then my mom on the other flip side, she put me onto like the Beatles, and so like the Beatles is top, like their harmonies. You're not gonna find no harmonies like the Beatles. But then as I got older, I got into hip hop real heavy, and like I got put on Tupac when I was like 16. I'm gonna date myself. I was like 16 and I was writing poetry, and so I got exposed to like Tupac and I fell in love because it was like, dang, like before it was just the like hip hop, but hip hop.
Yeah. Then Tupac came
and then
in
I'm like,
yeah.
Tupac and them came around. I'm like, oh, this sounds like my poetry.
Yeah.
So I just fell in love.
Oh, that shit's dope. It's funny, man. Like, cause Tupac, even Biggie, I would put him in that same category too. You kind of remind me of somebody from their club. You kind of remind me of Charlie Baltimore.
I've heard that frequently. I've heard her and like Left Eye and stuff like that. But
I can see it, honestly.
I like it. I like having a story to tell in your rap. And
that's the best thing to tell. That's why I tell people like music got to have substance and like, you know, content. Now it doesn't have anything about it. It's
and like you could do fun stuff every now and then, but I feel like you should still. It was created to tell our stories, and our stories are getting kind of one-sided.
Right,
so.
And that's literally what you said. One-sided. It's like they telling one side of the story, so it's confusing the young kids where they like they think it's one way. Like, no, my nigga, look at the whole shit. Get educated on everything.
That's one of the reasons why I've decided to stick with it and like keep going, because I feel like, especially in female rap right now, we got a lot of hard storytelling rappers, but the shine is on the one side.
The ones that's popping the show and getting all naked and all that type of shit. Shaking ass and all that shit.
And I feel like it's exposing, you know, the kids, the young girls to it, and they not being shown the dark side of what it is.
About what really could happen, the consequences of it. Like, yo, don't.
And I live the consequences, so I feel like it's my duty to like talk about it.
It's like you're fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? You're fucking, you have the requirements to get the information. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a lot of people, it's almost like a drug counselor that's never been on drugs. It's like, how are you going to be like, hey, don't do that? Yeah, it's not good. It's like, my nigga, nah. Give me the nigga that was on that shit hard and he got up and he's clean and now he's good.
And that's me now.
That's dope. That's dope, because I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, a lot of people, they don't say that.
No.
Like, they say they don't make it about them. So, and like, I could tell because you're real captivating. So you probably will be able to reach these young girls, you know what I mean?
So.
No, you will. Don't say hope. Don't say hope.
Just one. If I could change just one,
that's what you need.
Yeah.
That's what I've been telling myself lately. All it takes is like, nobody got to listen. Like, people, I see people complain about support when it comes to anything. You know what I'm saying? And I always say, like, it could be worse. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people that do support you and just focus on that. If you focus on who not.
And most of the time, the support is quieter than the non-support. Like the people who you really touching, they probably don't even have the confidence to speak up and say that you touching them. But you got to know in your heart that, okay, it's probably one person hearing this and feels me and understands it.
That's a fact. I agree, because I was dealing with that once, I think a couple months ago. Like, I call them S&S, silent supporters. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a lot of those.
A lot of those. And like, they'll tell me personally, right? And then like, I used to get pissed off, like, yo, why don't you just, you can share some shit. You can tell them. You can let niggas know.
The other people gonna be like, but.
Yep, exactly. So I learned literally just like this is like something new. I'm still learning today. Just let that shit go. If they showing love, just all right.
I still have a problem sometimes when I get to talking shit to the non-supporters. Like, y'all weak as hell.
Facts. Facts.
But then I look at my inbox, like at all the women, like, thank you. So.
You be going crazy, like, honestly, because like you be saying real shit. Because even like, I'm talking about the next thing that's been going on. You know what I mean?
What?
The good brother Kanye, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made the post, and I just basically said, listen, I understand y'all mad about the certain comments he made, but I feel like it's mad lazy for y'all not to comprehend what he was saying.
And most of the people talking didn't even watch the interview to get their own idea. They saw a tweet from somebody else that only focused on the negative, and they ran with that negative narrative. But it's like, come on, y'all, do your, like, didn't y'all watch Players Club? Didn't you hear when the professor said never to rely on anybody's information but your own? Y'all ain't figured that out yet. You just gonna run with somebody else's narrative. And I ain't say I agreed with everything he said, but I understood his point. It's like you gotta listen to understand, not to jump back or clap back. Yep. It's a lot of that going on. And 98%, in my opinion, which is what it is an opinion the same way everything he said was an opinion. Right. 98% of what he said was true, but people decided to focus on that 2% that threw everybody off a little bit instead of the 98% of facts of gold knowledge he was giving you, especially artists. Like, I was watching that shit. Like, I tell people, how many times would you ever be glued to your seat watching a 3 fucking hour interview? I don't do that shit off. I don't do that shit off. I'm sitting there watching. This nigga is telling you gems. He's everything. And like you said, it's literally the 2% because that shit's 3 hours, right? That George Floyd shit was a 3-minute conversation. Yeah, it was. That was like, it might be 99%, goddamn it. Yeah, and it's like he said what he thought. Like, how we mad at him for saying what he thought, but we give other people the opportunity to say what they think. Facts. It shows you, like, we got a lot of hypocrites in our culture, and where it's like, and they be the ones that be trying to say, we're for the culture, Yeah, like, no, you're not. They not. I saw a bona fide crackhead say he disappointed in Kanye, and I still don't understand that. I'm like, my nigga, how is you? You should be disappointed in yourself, man. Like, it's just certain things. And then you got the people that's like, I get it, the people that don't want to hear it, so they just start saying stupid shit like, oh, I saw somebody say, oh, if you don't got Kanye money, we shouldn't be talking about it. I was like, you niggas talk about politics? So what the fuck is the difference? Y'all talk about the guns you ain't got. Yeah, y'all lie anyway. That's why it's just like, that's why honestly I'm trying to, you're gonna have to tap me in with more of the female rappers too that you cool, that you personally cool with. I deal with a lot of them. Yeah, let me know, send them my way, because that's something I'm really trying to get into. Like, I'll be honest. You gotta get up to hip with Akita then, number one. You gotta get hip with her. She was the last one up on the cipher. Okay. Spazzes. I told her this, and I'll tell anybody this. I'll put her up against anybody, male or female, industry or unknown, and she gonna hold her own. I'm about to reach out to her after this. I swear to God, I'm gonna reach out to her. I'm gonna reach out to her for sure. Carson's my baby. That's Carson Blue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard of her. She's nice. She's nice. Hollywood. Everybody on that cipher was a vibe to me. Tia Jones. Y'all all did. Young, yeah. She a vibe. Like her whole But yeah, it's time, man, because honestly, I feel like I always tell niggas, man, like, I don't get into the chatty patty, the gossip shit just because I live in St. Paul. I live, you know what I mean? I know, like, I don't be in the app, but I be in St. Paul and I know what be going on as far as like the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I stay away from all that when it comes to the platforms, and that's why like I can't allow a lot of and then I be on some. I'm not with black on black crime. I can't. I don't support drill music. You know what I'm saying? See, and now me, because of my life and how I've lived and like a little bit of my story, people understand like I was a part of the problem for a really long time, and it's now I feel like I have to be. I don't have no choice. My spirit won't rest unless I'm part of the solution, or at least trying to be. And that's why you won't hear me talking about that. My very first song, I talked about it. I got my dude in the video with me, and we talk about it. We got guns. He dead now. RP, man. He literally, and it's like, for what? Like, for what? And now people like, when I tell you, I'm like, no, I don't condone that shit. You won't hear me rapping about it. For what? Right. You look like that. It don't do nothing. It take from us, and then we giving people who want us to kill each other everything they want. We doing their job for them. That's why that Kanye shit hit me kind of different when he's saying that, because I'm sitting, and then like another viral clip came, and I'm gonna get back on what you were just talking about too, because I want to touch on that. But another thing, the Leor, was it? Leor Cohen? Yeah, Leor Cohen from Def Jam. That interview when he was on there, then Charlamagne's asking him on the Breakfast Club. Yeah, when I never had seen that. He said it. He's like, this is how we get paid. So he said we have to eat. Or something like that, and I'm like, so this is what Kanye talking about. And my thing is, he admitted that it's a problem. He admitted that it's happening, but then he admitted that he's okay with it because it's making him money. And that shit is the craziest shit to me. So that's why it's like you see all these companies canceling Kanye. It's like, how y'all not waking up and seeing this shit? When's the last time Kanye
rapped some gangster shit. Last album he had was a gospel album.
Literally.
Well, two. Yeah, he had 2 gospel album facts. But the one before that, that's my favorite one. I ain't gonna lie to you. What's the name of that one joint? The one with the blue. I forgot. Yeah, I think something about God, but I fuck with it personally.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, for me, and I'm a believer. Me and God got a real good relationship. I feel like anybody there's so much evil being thrown at you that I'm gonna support anything that's the opposite.
Right.
Like,
that's the world we live in too. Because like even now, like I was telling people like people I know, I'm like, yo, you notice a lot of people that you around is negative and they don't even probably realize it.
They don't.
And I sit back and I'll be like, watch, like, look, like, just go on Facebook and just say something. Like, for instance, the girl you just talked about, I remember she had a post today and she said, females got the scene on lock.
Yeah.
I reshared it.
Why can't she just show us love without the rejection? Y'all just can't just be happy for like just.
They on the post, like they on there right now. I'm about to say something.
This person is better, and it's dudes up here winning Grammys and Billboards. Okay, that's great for them, but why can't? It's like
why y'all making it about
y'all
you?
Want us to be against each other? Like
it's the corniest.
Just like it, and if you don't like it, guess what? Keep moving.
That's what I tell people all the time. You ain't got to comment on the shit because you know what the fuck Facebook is? What that shit say before you type? What that shit say?
What do you think?
It say, what's on my mind? Why in the fuck is you niggas like, why y'all niggas feel so objective?
You'll see that I made a status and I'm like, dudes prove every day why I think y'all wear panties when nobody's looking. Because females, I've been peeping. We ain't been on that. Like it's the dudes. What's wrong with y'all?
It's a fact.
Who hurt you, fam? Like, take your mommy issues out on somebody else.
No, literally, that's a fact. And literally, like a lot of rappers, they talk shit about me because they say I come at them, but I say no, my nigga, I'm setting the bar where it's like you niggas ain't gonna get away with that shit everywhere.
No.
So I'm gonna let you know here.
And
like
I'm
the
type of female. I don't care who you are. I'm gonna clap back at you. I ain't never been scared of a man in my life. I never will be. And if you saying something that I think is stupid and unintelligent, I'm gonna call you
out on it.
And unless you can intelligently shut me up, I'm gonna keep talking.
Yep. And that's the way. Like that's one thing about our people. I wish motherfuckers could just get on. Like learn how to talk the shit out. Like if you wrong, just say you wrong.
And stop subbing each other. Like
that's the worst.
Direct because then it's dudes. They like, well, we ain't talking about you. Well, who are you talking about? At her. That's real. Because I
don't know who you talking about, nigga.
And you showing your panties when you don't do that. Like, come on, man.
That's a fact, man. So you definitely think like the male artists here kind of got a complex issue because
some of them, not all of them.
Not all of them. I think most of them do.
I get, but I don't know because it's just a fake industry in the first place, right? Like it's just fake. People are gonna do what they think gets them likes, clouts, or whatever, but they always gonna plead the fifth when they see you in person.
Hey, what's up, bro? Like, hey, man, you know that was just the interview shit. Nah, nigga. Nigga. It's time. Nigga.
I think as a whole, if we all supported each other and was honest, even when like I told somebody the other day, even if you think my shit is whack, I'd rather you tell me that.
Yeah.
Be faking and be like, nah, it's hard. Like, how I'm gonna get better if you lied to me?
Right. Be like, nah, nigga, that's not it.
But I think as a whole, if we all held each other accountable, we all held each other up instead of trying to push each other down. Minnesota is we are so talented. It's so much raw talent here that we could really go somewhere. And then people like me won't feel like we gotta leave.
Right.
Like I don't want to leave here, but I feel like I might have to. I might not have no choice because it's too much bad business, janky promoters. Like I
was gonna ask you about that because I've seen you talk about that before. Like, what's like some like kind of stores you dealt with where you like dealt with like janky promoters at like shows and shit? Like, what
it's
can you give
just like bad business, big dreams with little plans. Like you, and then now I've learned my lesson in music real fast.
Right.
If there's more than like 4 or 5 people on a ticket, I'm not doing it.
Why? I don't know. Like,
how can that many people even get on stage and do what they're supposed to do? And then it's like a favoritism thing. Like, okay, well, we know them, so they ain't got to pay, but you got to pay, and then you got to go first, and then you might be able to go. Like, it's just a lot of just.
That's how they do this shit.
It's too much. It's too much. See? And then sound be bad. Like your mic be bad, so you end up giving a bad show because your mic bad. Like, it's just too much. It's too much.
I've heard that shit a lot. That's why I kind of like me now. I'm trying to shift away. Cause I kind of like an all-purpose podcast, but I do have like artists on here and shit. But I try to shift away from just the music shit. I'll be like,
and it doesn't get promoted. Local stuff doesn't get promoted, so you end up not in front of fans. You end up in a room full of other rappers,
just
like
and that's what I noticed.
For each other, like
that's what I've noticed too. Like I was like one time I went to this show and I'm like, yo. one nigga was performing, everybody was there. As soon as he got done,
everybody left.
niggas all went outside to go smoke.
Which
What
is
other?
also something that's disrespectful.
That's
When I
weird.
go to a show, if I'm first and there's a whole bunch of people after me, I'm going to stay and watch them perform and support them because I support music. I ain't finna just leave out. Oh, well, my time's up. We ain't made it yet. Everybody thinks they Jay-Z already.
You niggas will never be Hov, nigga.
Like
Niggas will never
everybody
be
thinks
Hov.
they made it already and they act as such. It's like chill out. Like
Yeah. These niggas got prom queen syndrome. That's what I be calling it.
that's
That
a
shit
good.
wild.
That's a good word.
That's what they got.
But it's
for real.
also on the other hand, it's some people doing real good business here. It's some people that really put on the last show I did at the VFW. It was a R&B show, but it was for Karaya. Her name is Karaya. She's a singer. And it was one of the most well put together shows that I've been to. Shout out Twain because he put it together, and it was like put together nicely. Everybody
Right.
supported each other. It was nothing but love in the room. So it's happening. It's just not as loud
Not as
as
loud.
the bullshit.
Okay,
But
well,
the
let's
bullshit's
just-
always loud.
Louder, right? So yeah, let's just focus on that then. So shout out. What's the venue you said?
It was, well, Twain and Karaya put on the
Twain
show.
and Karaya,
It
well,
was
shout
at
out
the
them.
VFW. We got another one coming up, I think. It'll be
word?
posted soon.
Yeah, let me know. I'll try to pull up one of those for sure, for sure. Now, that's dope. But no, switching back on what you were talking about before, because I told you like I want to talk about like a lot of mental health type stuff because I
Yeah.
feel like in our community, I understand when people say, "Hey, I don't want to talk to no. I want to talk to somebody that looks like me as a
Yeah.
therapist. I don't want to talk to this person of other race. I understand this shit."
Yeah.
How do you feel about that thing? Like, how do you feel about like mental health in like our community? Because I feel like that shit gets dismissed. Like it's
does.
regular shit, and I'm like, no, we got to stop saying it's regular shit, my nigga. It's not regular, my nigga.
Most
Let's
of
break
us,
it.
Yeah, most of us are self-medicating. We're living in, I call it like a hamster wheel of trauma. Like we just on it and we just going and going and going. And we think that that's what we're supposed to do. And we think it's normal because that's what we know. That's what we used to. And it is really hard to find people like us. Like I myself haven't even been able to get in with a therapist that's like me. I
Really?
don't want to go to no white lady from the suburbs that don't know. Like I've been through way too much to just have a regular conversation with somebody like that. Like you got to kind of understand my community and where I come from, but it's really hard to get in. Thank God for music because that's been my therapy.
Seriously.
But-
So music kind of saved your life kind of.
Oh, music absolutely saved my life. Music and God. That's what.
No,
saved
shout
my
out to
life.
that for real because that's something like a lot of people, like a lot of people, they can't find shit to cope, you know what I mean, to cope to vent to get out. So that's dope that you can find that outlet because it just gotta. Oh yeah, I was gonna say because like your story, I was gonna like not. Like when I first, cause I think I saw somebody share one of your music videos, and I think that's when I started following you, and I was just like watching everything, watching your story, watching you know how you talk and shit. And I'm just like, God damn,
Yeah.
like a lot of women would a lot of people, not
Yeah.
women, people. A lot of people wouldn't be able to, you know what I mean, mentally deal with that
Right.
because like having like two loved ones, two people that you loved and care about die, same type of way is just like it's very traumatizing. So that's why it's
is.
like I literally salute you, you know what I
you.
mean, for being strong and you know what I mean, like because we all human. We definitely gonna have days where we like, yo,
Yeah.
and I want everybody to know that everybody ain't strong every day. Motherfuckers
No.
have bad days. It's okay to have a bad day.
It is, and
It's
you gonna
okay.
have them. I always tell my nieces and nephews, I'm like, life is hard as shit, but it's not about what happens to you. It's about how you handle it, and you gotta find a way to deal with shit. And a lot of us have this thing where we try to push it all down and not deal with it, and
Yeah.
it makes it worse. You gotta go through it to get through it, and that's what I learned because like the first time I lost my first fiance in 2009.
Okay.
That's right after I lost him is when I moved to Florida, and I did that one the complete wrong way. I was trapped in pain for a good 10 years of just self-medicating, doing things I ain't have no business doing, just running from myself instead of dealing head on with what I was going through. Because I had already been through other stuff before that, you know what I'm saying? I myself have almost died. Like I got shot and almost died. Like he got killed in June, I got shot in September.
What the fuck?
And so it's like I just ran. And so this second time around, when I lost my most recent fiance, I was like, I'm not doing that to myself again. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to die. If I do, I got to find a way. And then I got to looking around me. And in the course of this whole past summer, I'm just seeing every day a new woman posting RIP, like so many women I know have buried the men that they love now. And I'm like, one of us got to stand up. One of us got to be strong and show everybody that it's okay. But you just got to thug it out. That's what I've been doing. Pray. I pray
Watch your finger, bro.
lot.
Oh, no, yeah.
I pray a lot.
Honestly, like that probably be the only way that'll get you through stuff, the prayer and stuff.
And
just,
I tell people,
and
you ain't got to pray to my God. You got to. I want you to believe in something. If you believe in something, I'm here for it. Whatever it is that you believe in, I don't care what it is. Just believe in something.
I'm glad you said that because I had that argument with people like. The people that like bash things, like bash religion, I always say, I use my dad as an example. My dad, he a Philly nigga. He ain't from here. He's an East Coast nigga.
Yeah.
Like, he came here like, I think like 91. I was born 93. He met my mom and like he tried to change his life. He left Chicago. He left Chicago. He left motherfucking Philly for a reason. But he joined the church. He became a different dude, and it bettered him.
Yeah,
it bettered him. He's a better human being. He's better in society. So that's why I ask people. I'm like, what do you get from telling somebody? And then, like, that story be whitewashed anyway when they say, oh, that's what the slave master used. You do know Africa. I mean, the Christianity was in Africa way before. So that's why it's like, and there also was a slave Bible. There was two different things. Like, there was a slave Bible. Like, it's not the same Bible that we're talking about. And that Bible, it's a lot of stuff in there that we know.
Yeah.
The new they fucking make new versions of these books.
But that's also why I say you got to rely on yourself and your own information. Me, I know God is real because I feel him. I've experienced him. I haven't been to church. I can't even tell you the last time I've been to church. Right after Chuck died, I went to church. But it's like me and God got a relationship because that's me and my relationship. I'll never force it on nobody else.
Yup.
If you Muslim, if you Buddhist, if you Jewish, whatever you are, be that. Yep. If that's what helps you get through life, I'm here for it.
Honestly, that's why it's like it's just crazy that even on Facebook, it's like you can't even say nothing.
No.
You think it's been more damaging or more helpful?
What?
Facebook. Social media in general.
It's been more damaging for sure.
I think so too.
It's gotten out of hand. People rely on it now to figure out who they are and what they're going to be. It's more damaging. It's more damaging on the kids who don't understand than it is on us. Because like me, I'm older, so social media wasn't a thing when I was a kid. We just had to figure life out. But once it became a thing, like, man, if camera phones was out when I was younger, me and my friends would probably all be in jail still.
No, you're right. No, like,
but they like social media. It tells you who you're supposed to be, who you are, but it's all a lie. Even the richest people that look the happiest behind closed doors when they shut them cameras off, their hearts are still broken. They still suffer from all the same things we suffer from. They're putting Band-Aids over it, and they're getting paid for it.
Right. That's why it's the wildest shit where it's like, maybe this shit is just like a big ass monopoly, like it's a big game in America. Like this shit's all supposed to be. That's why I sit back like lately, because I feel like I'm a part of the crowd where something's go. Now I tell niggas, I use this fucking analogy. I feel like I'm, you ever seen The Matrix?
Yes.
I feel like I'm Morpheus just walking around with like red pills and blue pills. Like, yo, nigga, what you want? You want the truth? Yeah. Or you want to believe what the fuck you want to believe? Yeah. Because like, this shit, the information can be right in front of a motherfucker and they don't want to see it. It's like, it's right here.
They don't do their research. Like I said, they rely on other people telling them who they supposed to be and how they supposed to live.
Self-validation.
We've all fallen into it, though, that thing with validation. I used to be real bad at it. Post every move, every emotion. This, that. And it's like, dang, who you trying to convince? You or them?
Exactly.
Like, and most of the time, the people watching you, they wishing bad upon you. And they not wishing you well.
Them niggas looking at you like Snoop Dogg was looking at Jody and Yvette Carr, nigga. Like, niggas was looking at you like, like a sour face ass nigga. Like, for real, though. That's why it's like, and also, it also comes into, like, because, like you said, it's that. Like, motherfuckers could just post and just for, maybe they doing it for themselves, or be like, oh, is this nigga just bragging? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's always be like, yo, just, it's cool to celebrate, but you ain't got to celebrate everything you do.
Yeah,
you know
I don't,
mean?
and I hate when people only post the positives. Like,
nigga,
post
count your
some
losses.
of the negative too. Like, don't like, cause it's like, especially when you're older, we got a responsibility. Yeah, you're supposed to be responsible for your own kids, but we all have a responsibility to the youth to like guide them a little bit. Like, ain't no more OGs.
That's scary, ain't it?
Number one, we gave up, but it's really hard to guide these kids. I ain't gonna lie, because a lot of their parents ain't with it. Like, you try to correct somebody's kid, you basically got to fight the mom or daddy
because you told them to stop doing something. Like, you should have, like, before you got here and shit. That's why I'm about to get a new studio, because, you know, this is a spot I record at, but you know what I mean. But I'm about to end up getting a new spot soon, because just the kids that be down here, and I was just telling him, because they was out there playing music. I'm like, they still playing that shit once you get here. I know I'm something like, yo, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm just thinking, even if I approach it the right, polite way, it's gonna be. It's like these little niggas only respect disrespect. Yeah. And it's like, I told my little nephew, I was like, yo, bro, if I gotta fuck you up for you to listen to me, I shouldn't be around you. You shouldn't be around me. I was like, I love you, but I can't keep on fucking you up for you to want to be.
Listen, and you know it ain't gonna work. That's just gonna make them harder and more ignorant. And then kids got this thing where nobody like me, everybody hate me. That's what he tried to do. Actually, I love you, which is why I'm fucking you up.
Yep, nigga try to do that shit. Everybody love me. Man, shut up.
I got a niece.
What are you talking about, nigga? What the fuck are you? Shut up.
Nobody like that. I just told my sister, like, I just can't be around her right now. I'm gonna fuck her up. And I don't want to fuck her up, but I want her to listen and understand. But she don't care.
Facts, man. Like the newer kids today, because like you don't have no kids, right?
No, I don't. I'm a mom T.
Oh, okay, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like on the same tip. I ain't got no kids.
And I don't want no kids now. Like, oh my gosh.
I'll be honest. You know how hard it's gonna be to raise a kid in this world.
Yeah, I feel.
Like, you got to really protect your kids from other kids, because other kids ain't being protected by their mom. Like, I'll be damned if your kid come over here and do this shit to my kid. I'm not going to go. I'm going to be the pops that, what are they going to say? A man arrested for going up to high school and swinging on 17-year-olds.
That's me, for real.
Yeah, for real.
But I'm also trying to teach them to try to, like, move through life with grace now, because I was the kid that fought all the time.
You was out here scrapping?
We fighting. But it started young because I was getting bullied.
You probably was getting bullied because you was light skinned?
Yeah, but so I had curly hair. My mom was white. She didn't really know what to do with my hair, so she would just cut it off a lot. So they used to call me a boy, and they used to call me Prince and Michael Jackson. And my sister's friends would be like, oh, Tyler, your brother's here. So I was like, man, I think it was when I read the, like, David and Goliath story. I was like, man, y'all not finna Goliath me. And I just started fighting. But
oh, yeah. She read the book and got to putting in work. Fuck you, be.
But it's like that wasn't good for me. It turned me hard. It turned me into somebody I didn't want to be, to the point where you say anything wrong to me, I'm swinging on you. So it's like, I want
gone to boxing, girl. Goddamn.
A lot of people try to get me into it. When I worked at the club, they tried to get me in. The bouncers there were like UFC fighters, and they're like, you need to just go on ahead and be a UFC.
You was locking niggas out at the club with the bouncers? Oh my god! All right, we ain't got to bring about the past. I'm sorry.
No, I got some stories. That ain't me no more. So
hey, man, if it's not you no more, I feel like it's fair to share.
And I've never been the antagonizer.
Okay.
My grandma taught us all when we was real young, never start it, but always finish it. And so I was a finisher.
No, that's real. That's honestly the best way to go. It's so fucked up when you think about, like, shit our grandmothers used to tell us and shit. Like, we cannot tell that shit to these kids today. Like, that shit, they wouldn't even. It too far. Yeah, they wouldn't even dare. You tell them that, all right.
They gonna go start it.
He's like, all right, word. Your mama did what you said. The fuck you mean you do what I said?
Now I'm in JC.
Yeah.
Come get me.
Oh, yeah, he's expelled indefinitely. Like, this nigga's got to go. That shit is crazy, man. That's why I say I feel like teachers would have the hardest job. I saw this thing on the news. How you feel about this? How you feel about the teachers possibly being able to have guns in school? How you feel about that?
I'm on the fence with it because... Well, first of all, we can't even trust our police with guns. So how are we gonna trust teachers with guns? We need to train. There's no training, but it's like we gotta. The saying "it takes a village" needs to come back into play.
I agree 1,000%.
It takes a village, and the villages
all on Facebook.
They don't exist no more.
They on Facebook.
They don't exist. It's like it's a me. We live in a me generation right now. Everybody's for self. So I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like if they're trained properly, and psych evaluation should have to happen.
Yeah, agreed. That's a fact.
Cause I know some people who work in some schools right now who are probably pistol whip a kid. Like Like, I don't think them ones.
Like, no, don't get this nigga gun.
But I think teachers need to be paid more too. Teachers,
I agree.
It's too low paying of a job for what they have to deal with in 2022. Like,
that's what I said. Like,
they need
I'm
more
like,
money.
I'm like, yo, we were bad, but we still looked at the teacher as
We
like
still
an
had
authoritative.
respect.
He was still the authoritative figure. Like, we will literally do shit, but we'll be sneaky on it.
Yeah.
These little niggas just do the shit and like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they'll stand
What?
up and tell their teacher that. Like, what the fuck you gonna do to me? Like, oh.
But I can't even get mad. Some of these little niggas' moms got OnlyFans and shit. And
Yeah.
and I be trying. I said this
It
shit
starts
once.
at home.
I don't be trying to be judgmental at all. I be trying to tell people, like, when people, you know, this whole live your life, be fun, be all this. I'm like, how long are we gonna do that, to what degree? Because like, and I don't be like the body shame. I don't like to come at people. But like this example of the OnlyFans.
We're over sexualized as a whole.
I said that shit on Facebook. I'm like, I had to call one of my mans. I'm like,
over-sexualized.
bro, why you always posting this sex shit?
We're over sexualized, and it's too okay to be like. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable with yourself, being
Right.
comfortable with your sexuality and all that. But there is like a such thing as too much,
That's what I said.
especially when it's kids watching. Like, these kids don't even get to decide what they like anymore. It's pushed on them. Like they're exposed too soon, like, to stuff that they shouldn't be exposed to because they can't comprehend it. They don't understand.
Right. And then, like, on top of all that, even like the devices they use, they can go and Google something you say.
Yeah.
You say that shit around a kid. We couldn't go to Google. We had to go to the Webster and the dictionary and shit. And then we had to read the shit. We probably couldn't even comprehend the words at that time, like, fully.
Man.
These little niggas can go there and they'll.
Even on TV, you turn on your TV, like, all we used to see was, we used to have to watch TV through the little, like,
I know what you
squiggly
mean,
lines
yo.
to try to
Yeah,
see some
hell
naked
yeah.
bodies. Now you go on a Netflix show, you watching real life soft
life
porn.
sex,
Like,
yeah.
whoa. They just learning too much too soon, and they're overstimulated.
Way too much. Like, we had the HBO porn with jazz music in the
That's
back.
all.
That shit was wild,
it.
yo. I'm like,
Showtime.
yo. I never forget the time I saw a real one with my big brother. I'm like, what the fuck? I was
Man,
like, that's what really would be.
Traumatized.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I was a kid. I was like, oh man, that
But
was
I
like a
think
different experience,
That's
man.
part of the problem too. They're exposed to too much too soon
Too
before they're able
soon,
to develop.
yeah.
Like, they don't have no time
Training
to
wheels.
grow up.
It's like
Yeah,
no training wheels. These niggas just on bikes, just going 100 miles per hour, crashing out.
Literally.
Because I said that to, I remember my man said that once. We was talking about, like, because that's something I like to talk about, like, the decisions they make, young kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, they make these decisions. Half of them be high.
Mm-hmm.
They don't be sober. That's why me and my man literally said it. He was like, them niggas be high as a kite, wake up sober as hell in that cell, scared as shit. Like, nigga,
Literally.
it's over with.
Literally.
That's why that shit's crazy. How you feel about the media scene in Minnesota currently?
Do you really? See, this is why
I just did a show the other day.
I'm
with
like,
some
I'm gonna
niggas.
get in so much trouble before I even make it because
Nah, you good. You good. These
because
niggas.
my opinions. I mean, it's up and down, right?
Yeah.
There's only one media outlet that I actually got a problem with that be really pissing me off and getting on my nerves. Everybody else is. I like it. Everybody's trying to do things and do things differently and expose things differently, but
You think it's kind of sleazy?
yeah, and cloud chasing is at an all-time high.
Oh, my
And
God, yeah.
we're too quick to tear each other down to get some success for ourselves and then openly admit it. Like, I had somebody openly admit to me the other day, like, I don't even feel that way. I just wrote the caption because I knew it would get clickbait.
That's
Like,
what he said?
So you're basically bending over for like, sir. Like, what do you mean? You don't even feel that way, but you wrote the caption. It was one of the Kanye posts. He's like, oh, he really is crazy. So you wrote that caption to get attention. So it was fun to you to tear another black man down to get some views for yourself. That's weak. You weak.
That's actually, like, I don't even understand that shit. And, like, you talking about Live on Corn Street?
Yeah, that's why I
Okay.
told him tomatoes right at your face. That'll never be okay with me, like, to tear each other down for some likes.
That's what that shit's come to, man. That's why, like, I literally don't want to really talk to rappers. Like, really, I mean, like, a lot of the male rappers here, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, they don't have, like, I don't know, and I'm not trying to come at these niggas.
That's
These
because
niggas-
our drill scene is real big here, right? And so a lot of these, I don't even, I hope nobody takes this the wrong way. I don't even consider them artists, right? I'm an artist. Most of the females that I know are artists. We talk about more than just one thing. They have a lot of the male artists, not all of them, but a large majority of them are only talking about street shit.
Street shit.
They're only talking about what they're gonna do. They all rapping about the same thing in different ways and different words. Like, okay, we get it. You got big guns. Okay, you drilling. Okay, you're right on a nigga block. But like, what else can you talk about? And I don't mind it if you really lived it. Like, I got a homeboy who raps, and he will rap about that type of stuff. But he'll also do some conscious rap.
Got to.
He like he's verse. Shout out KO Kickdo. He gonna rap about everything because he lived it, right? So it's not like he's trying to glorify it, but that's just really his life. I hate that it's just one sided, and so they traumatized. They got PTSD. They guards is up. They nervous all the time. They think and react on defense all the time. So it's going to be hard to talk to them because they're going to think you're trying to come at them.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That shit's mad unfortunate because, like, the young niggas, like, I be trying to, like, they got, like you said, there's so much talent. These niggas have raw, like, look at the boys in Florida. Was it the Young and Ace nigga? I don't even really like his music, but just look like how they can put a song together. I'm like, imagine if they was talking about something else. You know what I mean?
And that's what I always say. Imagine if you was thinking bigger than the streets. Imagine if you was doing bigger and better stuff. Like, you gotta be tired of that because I'm tired of it.
And we older, like we done seen like.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you, because if I may ask, how old are you?
I'm 38 with a baby face.
God damn, I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to tell people my age.
I edit that part out.
No, you can't. You
don't have to. All right, yeah, I keep it in.
They no, don't tell
rappers here. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, they don't have, like, I don't know, and I'm not trying to come at these niggas.
That's because our drill scene is real big here, right? And so a lot of these, I hope nobody takes this the wrong way. I don't even consider them artists, right? I'm an artist. Most of the females that I know are artists. We talk about more than just one thing. They have a lot of the male artists, not all of them, but a large majority of them are only talking about street shit. They're only talking about what they're gonna do. They all rapping about the same thing in different ways and different words. Like, okay, we get it. You got big guns. Okay, you drilling. Okay, you're right on a nigga block. But like, what else can you talk about? And I don't mind it if you really lived it. Like, I got a homeboy who raps, and he will rap about that type of stuff. But he'll also do some conscious rap.
Got to.
He like he's verse. Shout out KO Kickdo. He gonna rap about everything because he lived it, right? So it's not like he's trying to glorify it, but that's just really his life. I hate that it's just one sided, and so they traumatized. They got PTSD. They guards is up. They nervous all the time. They think and react on defense all the time. So it's going to be hard to talk to them because they're going to think you're trying to come at them.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That shit's mad unfortunate because, like, the young niggas, like, I be trying to, like, they got, like you said, there's so much talent. These niggas have raw, like, look at the boys in Florida. Was it the Young and Ace nigga? I don't even really like his music, but just look like how they can put a song together. I'm like, imagine if they was talking about something else. You know what I mean?
And that's what I always say. Imagine if you was thinking bigger than the streets. Imagine if you was doing bigger and better stuff. Like, you gotta be tired of that because I'm tired of it.
And we older, like we done seen like.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you, because if I may ask, how old are you?
I'm 38 with a baby face.
God damn, I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to tell people my age.
I edit that part out.
No, you can't. You don't have to.
All right, yeah, I keep it in.
No, don't tell nobody your age unless they ask.
No, I swear to God.
Because this industry is biased. They're going to say, she's too old to be rapping.
That shit's crazy. You do not look like no, that shit's wild. But so, yeah, like, seeing all that shit, because I'm 29, I seen all that shit. That's like seeing homies, people you love, everybody like go to jail, get locked up. That shit, that trauma shit is real. So like that kind of bring me to my next thing. Like, how do you kind of deal with trauma? Because you've had a handful of trauma that you probably still dealing with, that you probably will always deal with,
like,
of course.
I'm still dealing with it on a daily basis. Music, man, I write. I meditate now. I used to smoke a lot of weed.
Stop smoking.
And drink a lot. Yeah, I haven't been smoking. I'm trying to do things differently.
Okay.
But music, I write, and I tell everybody, even if you are not an artsy person, if you can find something to believe in, focus on that, and get some help, get some counseling, find a yoga class, do anything you can to get your mind, and talk to people. One of our biggest things is we don't talk, we don't have conversations. A lot of our friendships are very flimsy and fake. You only got kick it friends and
idealist. I feel like I hate a nigga that hang around you don't really help with nothing, but he always got an idea.
Always got an idea.
Like,
but
nigga, you do it
plan.
then.
Never
Nigga, you
a
do it,
plan.
nigga. Like, I be hating that shit. That should be fucking with
Big
me.
ideas, no action.
No action at all. Like, I don't like people like that. Got to be better a little bit. So, like, in closing the shit, we gonna probably wrap this up about like 5 minutes.
Okay.
What you got? Like, what's some of your main personal goals for 2023? 'Cause it's coming. We almost here.
We knocking
Knocking at the door.
I'm focusing on art
All
and
right.
not just rap, but just art in general, music, writing, getting visuals out there, and still continuing to practice self-care and self-growth.
That's
That's
dope.
what I'm doing.
You should like. I ain't gonna lie. You should be like You should first off. You should like start maybe like your own podcast. Like even like you don't even if you don't even want to do the cameras and all that shit.
Yeah.
You could do like an audio one and just talk your shit. Like do something daily. I feel like a lot of women that have I feel like you can resonate with them because you have
I want to do something. I've already been talking about this a little bit because I want to do something that's like showing the other side. Because I was a stripper for a really long time. I'm somebody, I openly tell my story because I feel like too many people only tell pieces of their story. I have been in the adult entertainment world. I have done drugs that I ain't have no business doing. I have done all that, and I feel like it's so many girls lost and only see the upside of that life, which there are. I had some great times. I met some amazing people. I got put in some rooms I would have never got put in, but there was also a really dark side of it. And so I want to do something that like kind of talks about the dark side of it because I want to give some direction to the youth. Like they need direction, and if nobody gives it to them and everybody's giving up on them, they're never gonna have it. Our world is going to shit in a handbag, and I want to get us out of that.
You'll be a good spokeswoman, spokesperson for that because honestly, like you just said, like you lived through it. You know what I'm saying? So,
literally.
hey, if you need some help, let me know. Let me know. You got any pointers? Hey, yo, Wayne, how'd you know what I mean?
I'm gonna do it.
I'm not, I believe in, each one teach one. I believe in that. I don't know. I'm not like one of these weird niggas that like to hide the information and shit. That's
sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. That's why it's like, even though we did the podcast for Motivation Us the other day, we all came together as podcasters.
I saw that. That was dope.
It was cool.
That's the type of stuff that gives me hope. Like, okay, Minnesota, we could do this.
We're trying to just build it in the right way, So that's just.
I'm united with the women right now. I'm about to do an all-female tape from female production to female features.
I want to have all y'all on the podcast as like a round table.
You should. It would be dope.
I'm gonna set it up.
Yeah, you should.
That'd be dope.
That would be dope.
Set that shit up for sure. So we're gonna manifest that for sure, man.
Heck
But in closing, tell people where to find you at.
On Instagram, Concrete Rose 999. Jami Rose Lee Leigh on Facebook. You can find me there. Those are two biggest platforms. I talk back. I'm nice. I don't ignore DMs unless they're a little too spicy for me.
That's dope, man. But no, I appreciate you coming, man. Because like this was like,
having me.
Yeah, for sure. This is like a good conversation, and like I want to do another one. We're gonna do another one. I know this is your first time on, so I ain't want to. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm already knowing. I've been doing it for like since 2018, so I be trying to. I don't like to, make people feel uncomfortable and shit.
No, it's hard for me to feel uncomfortable. My story was made to be told, so.
We're gonna get into you're gonna see her again, maybe on season 4 later on in the season for sure.
For sure.
So again, man, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It's your boy Wayne. My life, not yours, man. Say no more.